nudity can trigger feelings of self-awareness, can trigger feelings that they're attractive or unattractive. Okay, so even the prettiest girls in the world, I'll say this to you. We were at a play, and there were some beautiful women in the play, one really beautiful woman. But I said to my wife, I said, watch this. I said, nobody's talking to her. And so I said, watch what I do. So I went up, just started chatting with her. My wife came over, we were chatting, talking. Right? She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. And then after that, and she responded warmly. She was just a sweet woman. And so after that, I said, she goes, why did you do that? And I said, if you notice that she's so pretty, nobody's talking to her. So I went and talked to her, and she warmed up socially. We brought some other people into the conversation with her, so she wasn't isolated. I said, that happens a lot to very attractive women and men. Attractive people get that reaction. Now, it's doubly so. I mean, she was wearing a full 1800s dress, just like massive dress. So I said, the concept even goes further if you're naked, because people have their own insecurities. So we were at a club that everybody's naked, and I went up to this woman and was talking to her, way prettier than normal, and she was by herself, she was really kind of getting horn dogged by all these guys. So I brought my wife over again, and we talked to her just like she had clothes on, right, just like the other girl, and she responded warmly, wanted to hang around us, right? So nudity, it exposes the flaws, and that's okay. I'm an average sized guy. I'm what they call a grower, not a shower. In other words, I'm not huge to just stick out there. Mine gets normal sized eventually. So to put it honestly, being naked was weird. Now, when at first I was naked, I never understood those concepts. I had never been in that situation. I had somebody try and murder me when I was a freshman in high school. So I didn't go through all the gym things. I didn't have all those gym experiences with showers. So it's funny because the first time I saw a penis, I told the guy, what a great looking penis. And he went limp for the rest of the night. So my point is that you got to really think about nudity differently than most people think about it if you want to use the freedoms and the strengths that it can cause you. Okay, so nudity has a leveling effect. If you're in a group of naked people, you don't know if they're rich or poor, you don't know where they work, you don't have any of that background social information. You normally would have to ask. But it is sort of a leveling plane where you're naked, you're attractive, you're not, whatever, you're all naked, you're all kind of leveling socially, leveling, what's going on. And so it's kind of a power in a way that if you're rich, you don't have to be rich, you can be poor, or you can be medium, and if you're poor, you can be medium. It doesn't really, you can't tell with a $5,000 watch or whatever, you're just all naked, and so it levels the playing field, and then you become people to each other, not just bodies, not just attractive or unattractive. Some women and men hate that. They hate not having a feeling of superiority by what they're wearing, and that's one reason why they stigmatize it in their own mind. They're not comfortable because everybody's even.